The Gojo, Kumo, and Zenin clans are the three most powerful families in the Jujutsu world. They've wielded immense influence over decisions in this universe for centuries. To keep their power concentrated, these clans have passed down their most potent techniques from generation to generation: limitless, blood manipulation, and 10 shadows. Specifically, when we talk about the Gojo clan, we have Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer of our time. He masters both limitless and 6 eyes, making him the undisputed leader of the clan. But a common question among Jujutsu fans is, where are the other members of the Gojo clan? In this video, we'll uncover who they are and their story. If you're into this topic, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Around 1,000 years ago, the Gojo clan and its possible founder emerged. In the movie Jujutsu Kaisen 0, we learn that Yuta Okatsu's power, especially his vast amount of cursed energy, come from a distant ancestor named Sugawara no Michizane. This ancestor is also related to Satoru Gojo, making them distant relatives. After his death, Sugawara became one of Japan's 3 great vengeful spirits. In Japanese tradition, vengeful spirits are people who died consumed by anger and resentment, returning as spirits seeking revenge. Among the most famous are Japan's 3 great vengeful spirits: Sugawara no Michizane, Sutoku, a former emperor of Japan, and Tera no Masakado, a magnate and samurai, also from the Heian era. Little is known about Michizane in the Jujutsu universe, but he is based on a real historical figure. In the Jujutsu world, we know of these 3 great vengeful spirits mentioned by Gojo. The only confirmed name is Sugawara no Michizane, the common ancestor of Satoru Gojo and Yuta Okatsu. We can assume the other 2 spirits also bear the names of the historical figures they're based on. It's speculated that these 3 great vengeful spirits, when they were still living sorcerers during the Heian era, founded the 3 great Jujutsu clans: Gojo, Kumo, and Zenin. Given the importance of these figures in real life and the parallels they draw with the 3 sorcerer families, especially Sugawara no Michizane, ancestor of Satoru Gojo, over time these families became the most significant in the sorcerer world. These families have kept their power concentrated over the centuries by inheriting powerful techniques: limitless, blood manipulation, and 10 shadows. These techniques, originating around 1,000 years ago, are powerful enough to maintain the supremacy of these lineages. However, this balance of power was almost destroyed centuries later when the leaders of the Gojo and Zenin clans clashed in a battle that resulted in both of their deaths. The cause of the conflict is unknown, but Satoru Gojo mentions that this is why the 2 families don't get along to this day. He says that at the time, the leader of the Gojo clan possessed both limitless and 6 eyes, just like him. Gojo shared this story with Megumi, suggesting that with the 10 shadows technique, Megumi could one day reach or even surpass his level of power. However, Megumi believes that the former leader of his clan only managed to confront the leader of the Gojo clan in a suicidal act by summoning his most powerful Shikigami, Maharaga. No one in the Zenin clan had been able to subjugate Maharaga before, which strengthens Megumi's theory about his predecessor's sacrifice. Megumi's theory is that by summoning Maharaga in the ritual, the former leader of the Zenin clan forced the leader of the Gojo clan to participate in the ritual, turning the battle into a 3-way confrontation. The result was the death of both leaders, possibly at the hands of Maharaga or due to complications during the battle. This great conflict marked the history of the clan and has had lasting consequences to this day. Fast forward a few centuries, and the balance of the world changed drastically with the birth of Satoru Gojo on December 7, 1989. Born with the 6 eyes and the Gojo clan's innate technique, limitless, he brought about significant transformation. Curses became stronger, trying to restore balance between humans and curses. From a very young age, Gojo showed incredible power. In Shibuya, 2 curse users observed the young Gojo, who already had a bounty of over 100 million on the black market for his head. Even as a child of about 6 or 7 years old, he instilled such fear that when he looked in the direction of the assassins, they started to tremble. Standing on top of a building, they felt they were being directly watched by Gojo, who had noticed them and sent a clear message. Curse users could no longer act freely while he was around. This scene is complemented by another, where we see young Satoru Gojo sensing the presence of Toji Zenin behind him. This is significant because Toji has no cursed energy energy and is a master at hiding his presence, making him practically invisible in the world of sorcerer. The first encounter between Satoru Gojo and Toji Zenin gives us important clues about the whereabouts of the Gojo clan. In the flashback about Gojo's past, we see Toji, still part of the Zenin clan, deciding to visit the Gojo clan to meet the prodigy. This suggests that the Gojo clan doesn't live in hiding or as fugitives, but rather in a solid base, similar to the Zenin clan. Although Toji was a master of disguise and infiltration, in that situation, he seems to have entered through the front door, indicating that the Gojo clan's location was common knowledge among the three great clans. In the scene, we see a child being accompanied by a woman in a kimono, who could be his mother, but might just be a servant of the Gojo clan. If Gojo never had close contact with his parents and was raised by servants, this would explain his distance from his family to this day. The lack of family interaction during his childhood might have contributed to him never mentioning his parents, combined with his nature of being the strongest, which places him in a position of solitude and distance from others, including his own family. Assuming the Gojo clan has a solid base and other members still alive, the question remains, why doesn't the Gojo clan appear? First of all, it's essential to make it clear that the absence of Gojo clan members in the Jujutsu world isn't an isolated case. In Volume 0 of Jujutsu Kaisen, then director Yaga mentions that he would ask for help from everyone to deal with Suguragido's plan. He cites the biggest potentials in Jujutsu, the graduated students, the three great clans, and the Ainu Jujutsu Association. This association, although it never sent representatives, is clearly important, having enough power to be mentioned alongside the three great clans and the graduated sorcerers. A moment that further highlights the importance of this tribe is during the explanation of the culling game. Kenjaku erects barriers to host the colony, but Hokkaido is unaffected as it is considered sacred land. The indigenous Ainu tribe is even the source of an ancient theory suggesting the origin of the kinship between Sukuna and Itadori, where both are said to be distant descendants of this same tribe. What matters to us here is the relevance of the Ainu Jujutsu Association, cited as a great help against Suguragido's plan, but never appearing in the series, being mentioned only twice. This shows that the world of Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't revolve solely around the Jujutsu school. There are groups that prefer not to get involved in certain conflicts, like this association and the Gojo clan members. Still, it's important to understand why the other Gojo clan members don't get involved in these conflicts. We know that the limitless technique requires an extremely high consumption of cursed energy, and only with the 6 eyes can a sorcerer achieve atomic level control of this energy, allowing them to use only the exact amount needed for limitless without waste. This means the sorcerer's energy reserve never hits 0. The 6 eyes are a genetic trait inherited within the Gojo clan, and there can't be 2 bearers of this ability at the same time. However, this exclusivity only applies to the 6 eyes, not to limitless. Limitless is an innate technique, which means other Gojo clan members can possess it. In the Zenin clan, for example, we saw Nobito and his son Naoya possessing the same projection technique. This doesn't mean that all Gojo clan members have limitless, but it's plausible that there are other members with this technique. The problem is that even if other Gojo clan members have limitless, it doesn't function properly without the 6 eyes, due to the high energy consumption. Therefore, the other Gojo clan members, even with limitless, see no point in exposing themselves to the world and getting involved in conflict. Remember that limitless demands so much energy that not even Yuta Okatsu, with his vast energy reserve, risked copying Gojo's technique. If not even Yuta wanted to risk it, why would other Gojo clan members do so? Putting speculations aside, the author of Jujutsu Kaisen has already given us an answer about the other Gojo clan members in the series fan book. He mentions that the clan operates almost entirely through Satoru Gojo, indisputably the clan leader. When asked if there are other members, he responds with a maybe. These more generic and open to interpretation approach, along with the fact that the clan has never played a major role in the story, lead us to believe that, although there may be other living members, the author never intended to give them much spotlight. The focus was directed almost exclusively to Gojo, while the other 2 great families, especially the Zenin family, received more attention. It's a shame that the focus of the Gojo clan has been directed almost exclusively to Satoru Gojo. It would be very interesting to know more about the circumstances of his birth, who his parents are, and if they are still alive in the story. Now, the question I want to raise is there still time for the Gojo clan to appear in the story? Well, while the Gojo clan hasn't shown up yet, how about we take Gojo to a completely different world? A world where there are demons and swordsmen. Do you think he'd do well there? If you're curious, click on this video popping up on your end screen, and don't forget to subscribe with the notification bell on so you'll always know when a new video comes out. With that said, see you in the next video.